Hello and welcome to the Kearney Math Show. Thank you all for tuning into the Kearney Math Show today. On today's episode of the Kearney Math Show, we are going to be featuring mini lesson 5, tree diagrams. So before we get started, if you'll go ahead and write at the top of your mini lesson entry number 5 and read your learning goal. Okay, so by the end of today, I want you guys to be able to explain to someone else how you can use something called a tree diagram to help you organize different combinations. So when you're trying to look in your closet and you've got 10 pairs of pants and 6 different shirts, how many different outfits could you come up with? And we're going to use something called a tree diagram to help us organize those outfits. Okay, so before we get started, let's look at the word compound event. Up until this point, we have been looking at things called simple events. That's when you just are doing one thing. For example, flipping one coin or rolling one die or spinning one spinner. When you do 2 or more events like rolling 2 dice or spinning 2 spinners or flipping a coin and then rolling a dice, that is a compound event. So a compound event is 2 or more simple events, okay? So instead of just doing one event, you're doing 2, okay? So sometimes when we say we flip a coin 3 times, we flip a coin one time, we could get heads or tails. But when we start flipping it multiple times, it can get a little bit confusing of all the different combinations. Like you could get heads, then tails, then heads, or you could get heads, then tails, then tails. So it could get confusing. So we're going to use something called a tree diagram to help us organize compound events, okay? So before we do that, remember in our introduction to probability, we talked about that all probability, the probability of an event should be set up in the form of, we always put total possible in the denominator and favorable in the numerator. So you're always putting what you're looking for over the total that you have, okay? So I'm going to skip the first example, and you're going to do this example when you come up to my station with me, okay? So we're going to skip the first one, and we're going to go down to the second example, okay? So the second example is delicious. This is a table that just this past weekend, I went to an ice cream little ice cream stand, and it was pretty amazing when I started thinking about all the different combinations. For example, when I went up, I could decide whether I wanted my ice cream in a cup or a cone. I could decide what flavor, and there were like 20 different flavors. I could decide what I wanted, if I wanted sprinkles or whipped cream or granola, whatever I wanted on top. And so there were so many different options. And I started thinking, I wonder how many combinations of ice cream I could come up with. So this example is actually an example of just that. So it says the table below shows the different choices for making a shake at a restaurant. Joey will randomly select one dairy, one fruit, and one topping choice. What is the probability that Joey's shake will be made with ice cream, pineapple, and granola? So there are so many different options here. Okay, first of all, if we look, let's figure out how many different options we could come up with. There are 2 dairy options. And for each of those dairy options, you could choose 3 different fruit options. So that means you could have ice cream with pineapple, ice cream with strawberry, or ice cream with banana. Or you could have yogurt with pineapple, yogurt with strawberry, or yogurt with banana. So if we multiply those, that's 6 different options. And then after that, you get to choose on top of that, do you want peanuts or granola? So then we can multiply those 2 more options. So if we multiply 2 times 3 times 2, that means I can come up with 12 different combinations of how many different ways I could eat my ice cream. I don't know about you guys, but for me, 12 options is a lot. So for me, I need a way to organize and be able to understand the different combinations, okay? So we're going to create this thing called tree diagram, okay? And it's going to literally it looks kind of like a tree. It's all these different branches, and we're going to put all the different options, okay? So when you first start a tree diagram, we're going to start with our first two choices. You can either have ice cream or yogurt, okay? And then we're going to branch off from there. Let's say I choose ice cream. Then what can I decide between? Okay, I can either choose pineapple, strawberry, or banana. So I could have ice cream pineapple, ice cream with strawberry, or ice cream with banana. Well, let's say that I chose yogurt. What are the different combinations I can have with yogurt? I can have yogurt with pineapple, yogurt with strawberry, or yogurt with banana. Okay? But after you choose your fruit, then you still get to choose what toppings you want on top of that. So, let's say I decide I want ice cream. I'm looking up here at the top. I want ice cream with pineapple, and then I then get to choose whether I want peanuts, and I'm going to put PN for peanuts, or G for granola. Okay? Well, let's say I don't want pineapple. I want ice cream with strawberry. So now I'm coming right here. So I get ice cream, strawberry, and then I can choose whether I want peanuts or granola. Or I might decide I want ice cream, bananas, and then I get to choose peanuts or granola. Do you see, guys? I'm just literally going off of the end of each of these different options, and I'm branching off what my next options are. So it's making this kind of tree with all these branches, branching off. Okay? Well, let's go down to the bottom. Let's say that I decide I want yogurt, pineapple, and then I get to choose between what? Same thing, peanuts or granola. Down here, strawberry. I can get peanuts or granola. Or if I decided I wanted yogurt with bananas, I could get peanuts or granola on top. Okay? Now, I know, guys, that looks like a lot. So what we need to do next is after you make your tree diagram, okay? So first we figured out how many options. There are 12 that I should come up with. Next, I make my tree diagram. Your final thing is you're going to list all of your options, okay? So what I do when I'm listing my options is I start at the very top. And I start with my first option, ice cream, and then I go to my next option, which was pineapple, and then my final option, which was peanut, okay? So we're going to list that. We're just going to list with letters. So ice cream with pineapple and peanuts, okay? And then I'm just going to keep going down. So my next one, I would take ice cream. I'm still going to do pineapple, but this time I could pick granola. So ice cream with pineapple and granola. Okay, next one. Instead of pineapple, I might have ice cream, strawberry, and peanuts. Or I might have ice cream, strawberry, and granola. And then my final ice cream options is instead of strawberry, let's say I want banana. So ice cream, banana with peanuts, or ice cream, banana, and granola. So that should be all of my, so let's count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I've done all of my ice creams. I'm done with this, okay? So now let's list out my yogurt options. My yogurt options are, I could have yogurt with, and guys, the yogurt is essentially the same thing as the ice cream. So I can use my tree diagram, or I can look right beside here and see what I listed here. So yogurt with pineapple and peanuts, yogurt with pineapple and granola, or I might decide that I want yogurt, strawberry, and peanuts. So yogurt, strawberry, and peanuts, yogurt, strawberry, and granola, or I might decide I want banana. So yogurt, banana with peanuts, or yogurt, banana, and granola. Okay, so let's go through and count and see if we did come up with the 12 options we said we were going to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ice cream options, and there are 6 yogurt options. So that's 12 options total. So remember, for probability, we always do total and favorable. So how many total options did I have? I had 12. And I'm looking for the probability of selecting one with ice cream, pineapple, and granola. So go through your list and figure out how many you see that has ice cream, pineapple, and granola. And I see 1. So that would be probability of having ice cream, pineapple, and granola would be 1 out of the 12. So that would be 1/12. And so what we talked about with likelihood, is that likely that you would get that combination? No, that would be unlikely. Okay, so let's just recap what we did. 1, we decided how many combinations. By multiplying the options. Okay, second, we created a tree diagram. Third, we listed all of your combinations. And then the final step is we found the probability. By putting total and favorable. Okay, so when you're working through these, if you get stuck on one while you're waiting to come to my station, go through these 4 steps. Figure out how many combinations you could come up with. Create a tree diagram. Use that tree diagram to list your combinations. And then finally find the probability, okay? I know that when you look at this, guys, it seems a little bit confusing, but the more you start to practice and you try creating your own tree diagrams, it will become super easy and you'll actually like it because it will help you to organize lots of different combinations, okay? So while you're waiting to rotate stations, if you will go through and you can try the next example with the pants and the shirts and figure out how many different combinations you can come up with. And when you come to my station, we'll work on the coin problem, all right? And don't forget from our video, we learned that to figure out how many different combinations you can come up with, you can multiply how many options you have. All right, good luck, guys. Make me proud. Peace out, Rainbow Trout. Love you, mean it.